You see the story from the Mars Athletic Complex with the Planets and the Rams tied 7-7 at halftime. Dean, statistics.
They're just as close, Mike. Highlands has 7 first downs. Mars has 5. Rushing, Highlands 119, Mars 49. Highlands only 8 yards passing. Mars has 51. Highlands total 127 to Mars 100. Third down conversions, Highlands 3 of 5, Mars 1 of 4. Penalties, Highlands 2 for 20. Mars 1 for 5, 1 turnover each. Time possession, big favor of Highlands, 13:44 to 8:16. Big play was that punt, or I should say the punt that didn't happen.
Yeah.
They gave Mars position, and from there they scored. We're tied here at 7.
They did. Brock White, a 1-yard pass from Timmons. Bumbalski, the kick. It was 7-0 Highlands, and then Chris Dvorak, a 9-yard pass from Bartley. Mason Childress added the point, and that's where we stand, 7-7. Bartley in that first half, 5 for 12, 51 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That was Dvorak, 3 catches, 43. Nesselrode, 2 for 8. On the Highland side, Timmons 4 for 5, but only 8 yards, playing close to the line of scrimmage. Drake Burford caught 2 for 12, and Brock White caught 2 for -4. In the rushing department, Luke Bumbalski, 14 carries, 77 yards. Evan Wright, 8 carries, 36 yards for the Planets. Pretty even, other than the time of possession, really. The Rams did a good job there with 13 minutes and 44 seconds. And you see our students dressed up in neon colors, as the Mars students are also. They must coordinate these.
Yeah, last week was USA, red, white, and blue. Tonight it's neon, and good crowd on both sides, Mike. I was out at halftime visiting with Jake Dvorak and his lovely wife, and they said in the second half, just say Dvorak instead of Chris Jake all the time.
Halftime stats brought to you by Mason Elite Hoops, training K through 12. You can visit the Mason Elite Hoops Facebook page for more information. They're training K through 12 at Legends Pittsburgh at the Mills Mall. So the second half in a 7-7 game. We got 24 minutes to see who will be coming out 1-0 in this first conference game, and it's huge. Highlands will play Hampton next week, and Hampton is trailing Armstrong 7-0 at halftime. Mars game next week at Plum, and that will be Highlands' opponent after.
Mike, Hampton had it 3 times inside the 20 and could not put it in.
So that'll be interesting. I think all these games are going to be tough. 5 teams make the playoffs, remember. Always keep that in mind, and I think every week is going to be a struggle.
Both ways.
Mason Childress kicks it off for the Planets, and the second half is underway, and he boots it to the near side of the field. Hadachek's going to take it at the 15-yard line, up over the 20, the 25, and squirts to the 26-yard line. And he's brought down by Billy Summers, who's made a bunch of tackles for Scott Heinauer's group tonight.
That's Billy Summers. And so it's going to be a 1st and 10 with the ball at the 25.
So first down for the Rams. We'll see if they keep it on the ground. They have done that to a lot here. They have run it 22 times and thrown it 4.
Keep saying, Mike, I want to see Brock on that little sprint pass. Haven't seen it yet here this evening.
Trips left, and what they're doing is when they run the trips, they're getting a bunch of players out of the formation.
That's exactly right.
Timmons is back, and he throws, and it's a screen to Burford, and Burford breaks through there. Up over the 35-40, 45-50, Mars territory 40, and dragged down at the 37-yard line on a screen left, and Burford did the rest.
40 yards, Mike, and that's a little bubble screen. That's what we were talking about. Instead of it being Brock White, though, it was Drake Burford, and he gets a 40-yard pickup.
38 to be exact. First down, Highlands.
Great way to start the second half. Into Mars territory.
1st and 10 for the Rams.
And for Burford, he caught 145 earlier this year. That's his second longest play. First down at the Mars 36. Bumbalski jumps over a man, diving in for his feet was number 20, Alex Costiel, or Nolan Scott, the linebacker, and Drake just, Luke jumped over him.
Yeah, Mike, but again, a terrible mark. They marked it back where he left the ground. It's where he lands.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why we're not getting that mark.
2nd and 6. Timmons going to run another middle screen, and this one is caught. The pass was a little off target, and Sig had to go up and pull it down. He makes the catch and gets it inside the 30-yard line.
Short pickup on that play.
It'll be 3rd and 3 for Highlands on this first, and it's huge drive. We always talk about at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half.
Especially when you get possession.
First catch for Signorella tonight is 10th of the year. 3rd and a long 3.
Got to make this count, Mike.
Rams at this point probably have 2 downs to make it.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Offset Bumbolski. Timmons, and here comes the blitz.
Look out.
In trouble. In trouble. Fires it into the Mars bench. Well, they've been shooting some linebackers, and they've been getting to him.
And it's going to be 4th down.
That's 4th down.
And it looks like a long 3.
Chandler kept fading back, Mike, hoping somebody would get open.
But the minute he took that first step backwards, the play was doomed because there was no one open.
And Mars' pursuit, give them credit, Mike. They were right on top of it.
Good job by Chandler to get rid of that, get the incomplete pass, and it gives you a chance on 4th down. Boy, with 3 yards to go and Bumbolski on the backfield, 2 runs looked really good to me.
Yeah.
4th and 3. Timmons is back. He's going to run a loop over here to Burford, who runs into his own man, but gets the first down. Is Burford tackled by Signorella, but it's first down Highlands at the 25.
Tough 4 yards, Mike, but they only needed 3, huh?
He was driven back to the 24.
That's exactly what he got, too. 1st and 10 Highlands. Boy, this is very similar to last year's game.
First down for the Rams.
A game that Highlands lost 12-7 at the very end. They were leading at 7-6 most of the way, and this one's 7-7 most of the way. 1st and 10. Bumbolski, and they're waiting for him.
They guessed right that time, Mike.
They sure did. Jack Hull, the linebacker, number 54, the junior, came in there and got him for maybe a yard loss.
Maybe a loss of a yard.
Well, they're coming up to the line. And this is where the pass is going to be open now because they are really keying on Bumbolski. He hadn't had too many minuses this year. That might be the first one. 2nd and 11.
Trips to the right this time.
Timmons is back, and he fires it. It's caught. Signorella breaks a tackle. 10, 5. We got a Highlands touchdown with Planet's body strewn all over the field.
Landon Signorella, Mike, 26 yards for the score. Took everybody to the right. Left Sig out there in single coverage. He took advantage. Chandler Timmons now with 2 touchdown passes.
26-yard touchdown pass. And Signorella catches his 4th touchdown of the season. And the Rams have the lead back 13-7.
82 yards passing now for Chandler.
Callan puts it down. Signorella gets it, and the kick is no good. Now the Rams miss a big extra point, and the lead will remain Highlands 13 and Mars 7.
You have to do the special teams, Mike. They got to practice that, get out there every day and do it. And I hope that doesn't come back to bite us. B&J Sports celebrating a 6th decade outfitting our local teams and all the great sports fans of the AK Valley. When it comes to all your sporting good needs, look no further than B&J Sports. Glenn Mills and his friendly staff provide the personal touch. Customized high school jackets, team uniforms, trophies, plaques, you name it, they have it. Any kind of sports equipment. You can't beat the service of B&J Sports. Located 1605 Freeport Road in Natrona Heights. Open 9 to 5:30 weekdays, Saturdays 9 till noon. Or just give Glenn a call at 724-226-2762. 6 decades says it all. B&J Sports.
Bumbolski now 17 out of 20 on extra points, which until we found DJ Loveland last year, you got to say is definitely an improvement over what had been going on before that. So, and the year before. So, but he missed that one. The Rams take it 74 yards. And take 3 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. They lead at 13-7 now.
And they converted that big 4th down on that drive. Right?
There's the kick by Bumbolski along the ground. It takes a bounce. It's still loose.
Who's got it?
They battle for it.
Right down there.
Mars says they have it. And they appear to at the 34-yard line. Falling on it for the Planets is Hayden Meyer, the safety man.
The Planets end up with it, so they will have the ball at the 35-yard line.
Looked like that was Aiden Burford down there.
A little scramble.
All right, we talked about this. This was kind of a vestibule report. The Rams got to get some more heat on the quarterback. When Bartley goes back to throw, they got to put some pressure.
Yeah,
they had 9 sacks the first 2 games. They didn't have one last week and hasn't gotten to him tonight.
39 to go here.
They've been close on a couple. But Chris Dvorak's been the elixir here.
He has.
You throw it up.
Big 82, huh? The
Here he
senior.
comes. Yep.
First down, Mars at the 34-yard line. 13-7, Highlands leads it, just underway second half. This is Wright. He breaks a tackle. The Rams got to wrap up there. Wright gets it up to the 37-yard line. I think Bombalski might have been in there, but Bender got the finish.
Burford teams up with.
And Burford 2.
They make the stop for the Rams.
So the gain is 3. We'll call it 4. 40 yards now for Wright. 2nd and 6 from the 38. Raphael Bartley, number 3, the junior quarterback.
Here comes the blitz.
He's going to run, and he has room. And he fumbles, and he got it back somehow.
How did he do that?
And gets to the 42-yard line. What a high wire act.
Out of midair.
They finally bring him down. That was waiting there. A Highlands player was trying to take it and run the other way with it.
Daniel Timmons, along with the Randolph brothers, makes the stop.
They'll give him the 42 for 4 more. It's 3rd and 2.
That ball I thought was coming up.
I did too. Well, it did.
Yeah. Well, did it hit the ground?
No. Popped straight up in the air.
All right, big 3rd down here. Stop him here.
And they give us to Wright through the middle, and he
Stop, Mike. He's short.
might be short of the first down. He gets up near the 44-yard line. We'll see what the mark is. We may need the chains here.
Brock White, a little long on the stop. Hopefully he's short.
And they gave it to him. They gave him a really good mark.
Wow.
2 yards, first down, Mars.
Generous.
And that is first down, Planet.
1st and 10 for the Planets at the 44-yard line. 7 minutes left, 3rd quarter. And this is a
Quarterback.
key ball, and Bombalski hit him so hard his kids will be born dizzy. Wright ran right into him, and Bombalski said no. Or I'm sorry, Bartley.
Big play by Luke here on first down.
2nd down and 11.
Second and 11. Bartley sets his club, trips right this time.
Dvorak up in a slot, keep an eye on him.
And they're going to run a little Statue of Liberty to right to the near side of the field, but the Rams diagnose it nicely as coming up from his cornerback position, Brian Randolph makes the stop.
It worked the first time, and it was a little effective there, but again, good job by Brian, short tackle. Going to make it 3rd and 7.
Ball at the 46.
Looking to go quick here, Mike.
And that's what they've been doing. Less than 6 minutes left, 3rd quarter. And Bartley's back all day. Gonna heave it deep. Got a man down the middle, and it's too tall for his intended receiver, Noah Nesselrode. He was open, and Bartley's got the arm, but he just overshot him.
He sure did.
And again, he had all day back there to throw the ball. Could have made a sandwich. 4th down. So the Rams have held, and now on 4th and 7. Now you really got to be aware of shenanigans by Scott Heinauer here. The punter's not on the field.
He's late to get there.
Mason Childress, the freshman, gets out there. Again, Dvorak's the middleman. If they wanted to try something funky, you could snap it right to him. Good luck bringing him down.
Maybe he could have a high snap.
Here's the snap. It's perfect. Childress boots it.
Gets a nice kick away.
Get out of the way.
And the Rams get out of the way. They're going to let it go, and it's going to be dead at the 14-yard line. Good punt by Childress. Puts the Rams deep. 39 yards, no return. It'll be first down Highlands on their 14. At 5:34 left, third quarter, Highlands leads at 13-7.
Mentioned Greater Allegheny Conference action starting tonight, Mike. Last week we went 5-3 in non-conference. Hampton beat Shaler 41-38 in a wild one. Armstrong lost to McKeesport 24-14. Indiana, check this out, Mike, beat Derry 70-15.
Yeah, Derry has really had some good teams, but they are struggling now. We saw a lot of those kids on the basketball team out there, if you remember.
Greensburg beat Mount Pleasant 34-6. Mentioned Mars losing in Newcastle. Plum lost to Fox Chapel 31-13.
Highlands starts from their 14. And Timmons wants to throw it, and he guns it to Signorella. And Signorella carries a man with him up to the 25-yard line, brought down by Carlos Orr.
Larry Milligan wins the 50-50 and makes a very generous donation.
Looks like it cramped there, Mike.
They're going to give him a first down?
Yep.
There's the first down pass we were looking for.
Yep.
It's another first down for the Rams, 10 yards. Make it 11 yards to the 25.
93 yards now for Chandler through the air.
With the ball at the 25-yard line.
Chandler's up to 80 yards through the air now, and all that damage has come here in this third quarter. He's back. He looks. They're going to run another screen. Oh, and it pinballs around. The Rams end up with it. Aaron Randolph, I think. Yeah, Aaron Randolph had the ball, but that was really blown up by the Mars defense.
Yep.
Led by Tim Humes.
So it's the second completed pass for a loss tonight.
Wow.
And so there's a loss of a couple.
Second and 13, the pass completed to Randolph.
That's crazy, Mike. It's that little bubble screen, and that time we had too many guys in the bubble.
The bubble was burst. Second and 13, Highlands.
Yeah, we got Brock up singled.
They spread them out. Rams have come out throwing in the second half, and now we have a flag down.
Thrown on the field.
Offsides against Mars.
Well, thank you.
Offside, so it'll be 5 yards. So now
the second and 13 becomes a more manageable second and 8.
Finishing up non-conference action, Mike. Knock got their first win of the year. They beat Deer Lakes 21-13.
Now, good for them. We will see them week last.
So we finished non-conference. Greater Allegheny Conference, 13 wins, 11 losses.
There you go. The Rams held up their end of the bargain in that, huh?
Yes, sir.
3-0. Second and 8 now for the Rams. They have really controlled the clock in this game. And Timmons is back, and he's going to throw it deep, and it's incomplete. Different pages together.
Yep.
He and Sig were definitely not in sync.
And it's going to be third down and 8 with 3:44 to go here.
Third and 8.
Third period of play.
Clock stops.
Chandler was looking for the hitch and go, and Sig gave him the hitch.
Oh, we also non-conference, right? Big win for Kiski over Latrobe, 35-27. Kiski out to a 3-0 start.
Go Sammy.
They're playing Connellsville tonight, too. I like the chances.
The Connellsville Falcons. I hope that's a home game, because nobody needs to make that trip. Third down and 8 now. And the Planets have been blitzing on these third and long situations, and they've been bothering Highlands on them. Timmons back. Throws it quickly to Burford. He gets a block up over the 30, but he's going to be thrown back. The ball's out. Mars claiming they have the football. Let's see. Chris Dvorak was in there. The Rams have it. It's fourth down. And now another punt at the 32-yard line. Yeah, another attempted punt. Ken corrects me. We didn't actually punt yet.
It's going to be fourth down.
Hold your breath at home. Again, they would have been there at halftime, Mike, snapping.
Rams have 12 players.
No, they do, Mike.
Oh, the Planets do.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Yes, they do. Now Mars going to have to blow a timeout.
Being a math teacher paid off there for me.
Good work, Dean.
Well, I get to read because
you
of that.
do.
Boucher has some major changes in the last year, and now they're better equipped to handle your home and auto insurance needs. Up there yesterday, talked to him about Progressive. I got to meet, what's her name?
Flo?
Flo was there, yeah.
Tremendous.
Yeah, I had a cup of coffee with her. Bouchers are now independent agents. In addition, nationwide, the Bouchers are now working with all the leading companies in the industry to find you more savings on your home and auto insurance. Call your hometown agents today, John and Nick Boucher at 724-224-4300, and choose the coverage that's right for you and your family. Evening and Saturday hours for your convenience. Remember, in the AK Valley, you're in good hands with Boucher's Agency, and they're on your side. Say hello to Flo.
I think I was right. Highlands called timeout.
No, I saw Morris call timeout.
So number 4, Drogstein.
Now the board has it that Highlands did,
Well,
so we're going to have to keep an eye on that.
I saw Scott run out with the big T.
Right.
And our coaches behind us were hauling. They have 12
They had
players
12,
on the
right.
field.
4th and 4.
For the Rams.
All right, let's get this one back to Luke. A little high.
But Bombalski gets it and he boots it out of there. It's a liner. It's going to hit and go out of bounds.
We got whistles early.
And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, there were, weren't there?
Yeah.
It's going to be the
Oh no, they're going to say it hit out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
Wow.
So a 14-yard punt.
Ouch. Special teams, Mike, third part of the game.
Planets come onto the field with excellent
And we have not done well there tonight.
position.
1st and 10 Mars at the 50-yard line. And of course, the problem with that missed extra point in a game this tight.
Planet offense.
Putting a lot of pressure on your defense, Mike.
1st and 10. 2:49 to go in the third.
2:49 left of the third. Hayden Meyer down here to the bottom of the screen. He's out on the island.
Right,
And they gave us to Wright, and Wright is hit and gets a yard down to the Highlands 49-yard line. Roberts
He's stopped by
down there to knock him off his feet.
64. That's
Makes it
Roberts.
2nd and 9.
Whole herd of Rams joining in there.
The whole herd of Rams, I guess, Ken Shoemaker.
The Toronto Heights native.
And Toronto Heights own, Highlands grad, first year, 1969. Taught here for many years. Bartley back. Bartley fires and he twisted Dvorak around as he was down there with three Highlands players at the 29-yard line, but it twisted him around. And Dan, were you saying Highlands was offside? Oh, Mars left early? Okay. No flags, though.
Yep.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Another big third down play for the Golden Rams.
It is. The biggest problem with this half of the Rams so far after they've scored is no field position.
Yeah, it is.
Bartley rolls to the near side of the field. They chase him. He looks. He fires. He got a man down there, and it's incomplete. He had Noah Nesselrode running free to the sideline, but the pass was wide, and it's 4th down.
Tough throw across your body.
Oh, it was, and a long throw, too.
Yep.
They got Bartley 5 for 15, 51 yards.
So
4th down.
Like, yeah, for this drive.
And they're going field, and Scott's playing field position here. And you can hardly blame him. Randolph is the deep man. That's Aaron at the 15-yard line. And you just wonder. The thing about faking a kick, and now late onto the field for the Planets is Anthony Dentel, number 55. He's hard to miss.
Yeah.
He gets out there. And now, did they take too much time, or? It is delay a game against the Planets, and they having special teams issues.
Like we're talking about how important this conference game is, the first one. Do you know Trevor Lawrence, the Jacksonville quarterback? Kid from Clemson.
I do know Trevor Lawrence. Not personally, however, I do know who he is.
Check this out.
He has great hair.
He lost his first regular season game in his life.
That's amazing. Well, there'll be plenty more.
Oh, shit.
The Rams run into Childress a little bit. Hopefully there's no flag on that. The ball's going to roll out of bounds at the 29, so the Rams will get decent field position on that.
Can you imagine, Mike?
Referee is talking to Ashton Hadachek and saying, hey, don't hit him.
Junior high, high school, college, never lost a regular season game. That has to be almost 100 games.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah. Well, he's a heck of a player. He's going to lose a lot down there, though. And if you lost to Houston, that's not good. That's not a good start.
And Houston has their own problem with the quarterback.
Yeah, a lot of problems, and they have nothing to do with football. 1st down, Highlands at the 30-yard line. Bombalski with a hole. Gets through there, up over the 35 to the 36, the 37-yard line. Jack Hull and Anthony Dentel bring them down.
17 rushes, 88 yards, Mike, and again.
Dentel up late. You know, he was down earlier. Oh, that was Santa. This is Dentel down. That's a cramp. They're going to give Bumbolski 6, advancing it out to the 36. And it'll be 2nd and 4 for Highlands.
I have 7 for 87 yards now for Luke. Well, we have second, Mike. The longest Western Pennsylvania losing streak is now over. And I say Western Pennsylvania because I cannot say WPL.
All right.
Uniontown beat Carrick 41-6 to break a 35-game losing streak. Remember, they recently left the WPL with Butler and Albert Gallatin?
For like 5 minutes, yeah.
Now, the rumor is they're going to have all their games scheduled. They can put a new team on their schedule. It's called Holy Tree, formerly known as Bishop Sycamore. That's Holy Tree.
I have not come up with tonight's Bishop Sycamore trivia question yet. Maybe I don't have one. Usually something just comes up during the game that strikes my fancy, but it hasn't happened yet. So,
by the way, Amber's now checking in with the current active losing streak at 26.
And we were handed Ambridge a few losses here when we were in the, what was it, Northwest 9 or whatever it was with those guys.
They'll return home on
Well, Dentel
the
gets
travel
up
we used to have there, Mike.
work that. Oh yeah, this is like, well, here are our trips left. We'll have to go to Indiana, which is going to be it's a long trip, but we get to look at the foliage.
Fall foliage.
And then we get to go deep into the bowels of Westmoreland County to go to Greensburg.
I love that place.
Highlands does not have a road game in Allegheny County this year.
That's something. You know, we love Offutt Field, though.
I love Offutt Field. It's a really nice field, and we love going to Indiana if the lights stay on.
Yep. Press box is nice and low. You're really part of the action there.
I do like Offutt. And Ken's mentioned he's never been there, so he's looking forward to that one. 2nd and 4 Highlands at the 36. Boy, a nice time-consuming drive that ends in a touchdown would look really good right now, wouldn't it?
Yep. Seton Hill plays their home games there.
Yes, they do. Bumbolski. Oh, the line got good push that time. And Luke has a first down at the Highlands 41-yard line.
He moves the sticks with his right.
That's what we're looking for.
91 now on 18 carries.
Luca Moran made the tackle, and Highlands moves the sticks. Their 12th first down of the night. Chandler 7 for 9 throwing it in the second half. Chandler 8 for 10, and we got a man down the sideline. On his way.
On his way again.
Signorella
broke that first tackle, Mike, and he is
Highlands touchdown. Signorella caught it, broke out of the first tackle, and Timmons 8 for 10 throwing it in the second half, and the Rams have scored.
41 on that play, Mike.
How about 59?
How about 59? I'll take that even better. 59. You know what? 41. That's what I looked at. There, you did it to me. 93 and 59. How about 142, 152 for Chandler now? That's the way to get him up in a hurry, huh?
And Sig goes over 100 yards receiving. He'll hold it. Bumbolski kicks it at the post to our right. This one is true. And the Rams have a 2-touchdown lead, kind of, 20-7.
We needed that, Mike.
At 45 seconds left of this, the third quarter.
Boy, Landon Signorella's had a big game here tonight, Mike.
His second of the night, second touchdown reception. And 59 yards from Chandler Timmons, and that would be his longest touchdown pass of the year. And Sig now with 5 receiving touchdowns out of Chandler's 9.
Wasn't a time-consuming drive, Mike, but...
No, I'll take the points, thanks.
Exactly right. 45 seconds here to go in the third quarter.
And the Rams have scored both of the touchdowns here in the second half.
Russell Road and Summers.
That is a good thing.
Will drop deep. Bumbolski will set up at the 4.
So Bumbolski will kick it off. He's been kicking squibbers, or as Pip used to say, squibblers.
Squibblers.
Nestle Road and Summers are back there, but it hasn't made it back to those guys. 20-7 Highlands on the road, trying to win for the first time here at the MAC since 2008.
That was a Thursday night affair, remember?
It sure was. Bumbalski kicks another bounder. This one is going to be caught at the 14 by 14 Hayden Meyer, and he's up over the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Mayer grabbed the football and he brings it out to
Special teams demon Tyler Thompson along with Drake Burford are down there. First down for the Planets at their 36.
For the Planets, the ball at the 36.
Highlands leading at 20-7.
4:11 in the third. A lot of time left in tonight's game.
41 seconds.
I thought so too, Mike.
It's 41 seconds. You said
45. I thought
yeah.
it was in a time.
It's 41. It's 41.1.
I thought it was in a time warp.
We started that drive at 1:57 left in the quarter. There's no way there's 4 left.
And at my age, adding time to my life is a good thing.
Yeah, you'll take that. I understand.
I get 4 minutes back.
Hey, we all can attest to that. Uh-oh, we have whistles.
Beforehand.
Timeout Highlands.
And we don't know if that's their second or first.
They had 11 players.
Yeah,
so we'll go with that. That is the truth. They did have 11 guys, so that wasn't the issue. So Mark Kazanowicz saw something he didn't like, and the Rams called time.
Hey, Mike, a couple anniversaries in Highlands history. 60 years ago, Harbrack beat North Hills 44-13. Somebody we know scored 2 touchdowns from the quarterback position, and that would be one Chet Foster. How do you like that?
How about that?
And 40 years ago, Highlands beat Valley 33-7. Lee Hetrick had 2 interceptions in the game, 1 touchdown. I believe that's the game where Jackie Sherrill came to see Bill Callahan. He walked in saying Bill Callahan.
And what year was that? And what year would that have been?
That would be 40 years ago.
81. And
like I said, Lee Hetrick got a scholarship.
You know what that
based on that performance.
You know what that means? My 40th reunion's coming up next year. How about that?
Is that your senior year?
Next year. My senior year was 82.
Everybody says Milo looks older than me, but I'm actually 10 years older than Milo.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Every time you say so, I take 10 years off.
And I'm the opposite with you too. Yeah, same thing. George Guido, same thing. You guys are the same.
Yeah, me and George are.
Called you out, George. Sorry. First down, Planets at the 36.
The senior citizens.
Seasoned citizens.
There you go.
Here's Wright on the pitch. What a play by Bumbalski to chase him down. Oh, what a defensive play that was. And Wright gets up slowly.
He looked like he was shot out of a rocket, Mike.
What closing speed that was for Luke Bumbalski, 33, the sophomore.
He is just playing so well on both sides of the ball.
Second down and 12. This could be the last play of the third quarter, we promise. Bartley's back, has time.
Down the middle.
Now he's going to have to keep it. Bartley up over the 35, and he's knocked out of bounds on a diving play by
Brian
Randolph the Elder at the 40.
And that is going to do it for the third quarter.
Short play, and that winds up quarter number 3 here at the MAC.
We'll call it 3rd and 7.
And your score after 3 quarters, Highlands 20 and the Mars Planets 7. Ron Gillette Towing and Services is a registered contractor certified in PA State inspections and emissions. Call Gillette's today for all your towing, paving, excavating, hauling, demolition, and snow removal needs. If you're planning a cleanup, why not rent that 10-yard curb box? One call, you can dump it all. Gillette Towing is fully licensed, insured, bonded, and certified, and owns all of its state-of-the-art equipment. And Gillettes are proud to enjoy A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Call the Gillette 724-226-1222. Phones answer 24/7. For emergency services, it's always person to person. You can find them on the web at Ron Gillette Inc. or on Facebook at Ron Gillette Inc. Towing and More. Ron Gillette Towing and Services, the AK Valley's leader since 1955.
I have a very interesting trivia question for you from the before and after standpoint. And it concerns a local team. We'll get to it after this play.
Third down, 12. And Bartley is back. He looks, he throws it, and it's into and out of the hands of his intended receiver in front of the Mars bench, Billy Summers. And it's 4th down.
Forcing a punt it again. Good job by the Golden Rams there.
Bartley put that one right on the money. And Summers just couldn't hold on to it.
Thought it had a little too much zip on it, Mike.
He's got a good arm. 4th down. Mars will punt it.
Highlands having trouble getting guys on the field.
Now would be a nice time for a long time consuming drive, wouldn't it? That would put it away. Here's the snap. And the freshman boots it.
Once again, another nice kick by Childress.
Childress has it on the ground.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, and you know, they need to pick that up as soon as possible because every tick matters. Let's do trivia.
Yeah, Mike, what local team holds the current record for the longest playoff drought in the WPL?
Well, why don't we give the... I know it.
Well, that's a good thing.
They're playing at home tonight. They weren't supposed to.
That's correct.
Nobody's allowed to go because
That's
of something
correct.
that happened somewhere else.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the answer is?
The answer is Leechburg.
The Blue Devils, Mike. When was the last time they were in playoffs?
1979?
89.
89.
That's 32
George
years.
Mamross was the coach, I think.
32 years on. Now, Mike, here's the crazy thing. They lead the WPL in scoring at over 50 points a game.
They have a chance. Oh, Bombalski barrels his way. The pile moves to the 29-yard line. And the reason that they had to move that game, they're playing Clareton tonight, and there was that murder at the haunted hayride out in that area last week, and they haven't caught the person that did it yet, and they don't want to chance it, so they're moving the game to Leechburg and not letting any fans in.
And poor Tiffany Nix, the superintendent of Leechburg, she made a statement basically, this has fallen into our laps. We didn't plan
and we're sorry, and they'd be happy to have people there. But
so it's kind of like Clareton's home game at Leechburg.
2nd and 4. Bombalski keeps the legs moving and gets it to the 32-yard line.
Would you say that? I'd be correct in that statement. It's Clareton's home game at Leechburg.
Yeah.
Because Clareton then is making the rules. And that's what she's saying. It's not like Leechburg says you can't have fans. Clareton is saying you can't have fans.
By the way, unofficially, I've got Luke Bombalski at 100 yards. That's 4 in a row.
I agree with you. 20 carries, 100 yards,
4 straight. The school record is 8 in a row by Elijah Jackson.
But 4 from the start is
and we haven't seen that happen, and we haven't been able to find anybody else. If you know of anyone, please tell us. I mean, nobody kept the records.
Carlise Kemp.
Pulling it is Timmons, and he gets the first down at the 36-yard line. They all went to Bombalski, and Chandler kept it and moves the chains.
Why I say Carlos Kemp, Mike? He was from a different century. And I had a trivia question one time when we were doing the old scoreboard show for Comcast. I had a different player, and as soon as I came to the control room, the phone was ringing, I picked it up. Here's Carlos Kemp telling me, I'm the all-time leading rusher at Highlands. So it's interesting when your trivia question calls you.
That's good. 1st and 10, Highlands at the 35. 20-7, the Rams lead it. Timmons in trouble, and down he goes. Back at the 25-yard line. Christopher gave him a little extra there. Not necessary. Back at the 25-yard line. Came up high on him after he was going down. 10-yard loss.
Gives him a sack. Chris, by the way, he did the college tour, Mike. He was all over the place. Notre Dame, all down south, Penn State sidelines for a game. So he's did a lot of camps and getting a lot of interest. And don't forget, he's a pretty good basketball player, too.
He is. 9:15 left in the 4th. Now the Rams are big time behind the sticks.
Yep.
The key right now is to keep that clock moving. And Chandler's taking as much time off of it as he can.
But there is no play clock here, Mike, too.
He's back. Here they come again. He gets away, and he fires it into the dirt. Smart move there. He had Randolph there, but there were 2 planets. He just ditched it.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 20.
It does turn the clock off. Mike, I can't believe it. Nice stadium like this, no play clock. And when that happens, the referee has to stand in the backfield, the umpire actually, and he has to pump when there's 10 seconds to go. So that's the only way you know how much time is left on the play clock.
Timmons 12 for 16, 140 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Rams haven't rushed for one tonight. That's a little different.
Sure is.
3rd down and Butler.
Get yourself some room.
They're going to run it. And here comes Bumbalski up over the 25, 30, 35, and up to the 40-yard line. He comes up only 5 yards short. It's a 15-yard gain.
Short of that first down.
That puts him at 115 on 21 carries.
And Dean, you're right. He got some room for them. For himself, actually.
Yep. And this will be the third time Highlands punting, right?
Luke is near, second, really, because the other one wasn't a punt.
I'm saying
Luke is near 500 yards in the first 4 games.
Amazing. And remember, he was never a feature back, like junior high, middle school, JVs last year.
Yeah, he was never this big, though. He has grown, and that has been a help.
Sure has.
And he can move, too. Burford snaps it. Good one.
That's
Bumbalski.
And Bumbalski boots it. It's going to hit the ground and take a Highlands bounce and go out of bounds at about the 21-yard line.
25-yard line.
Well, they'll say the 25 is where it hit first.
We look at the top 5, Mike, in 4A. Nothing's moved on the top 4. It's still Thomas, Jefferson, Bell Vernon. Remember, they're in the same conference, so that's going to be a great game when they play. McKeesport, Aliquippa, and in the 5th spot, they keep moving teams from our conference in and out. At one time, it was Armstrong, and then it was Mars at the end of the year, and now it's Hampton. Maybe if we could beat Hampton next week, if we get through tonight, we could move into the top 5.
The Rams are trying to start the season 4-0. It would be the first time since 2015. They started that year 5-0 before they lost the Timmins Bowl.
A lot of work left here.
And Bartley is back, and he fires it over here, and Nestle Road had it and lost it.
Nestle Road.
Yeah, that was a good pass, Mike.
And that sets up a 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10. Bartley now 5 for 17, 51 yards. Timmins 12 for 16, 140, 3 touchdowns. 2nd and 10, Mars on their 25. And Bartley on a give to right, and the Rams are waiting for him. Khalil Long was down there. Now we have a flag. Bumbalski got pushed after the whistle. I think it was Anthony Dentel, and that's going to cost the Planets 15 yards. Or half the distance, whichever they decide.
Discussing.
Rams did a good job on right. They got him for no gain, and now they.
It is going back.
Is it going to be a post? Let's see. A dead ball foul.
This goes against the Planet.
The personal foul against Mars, and can't lose your cool. Half the distance down to the 12-yard line.
Mike, we mentioned Hampton.
Looks like about the 12-yard line.
In the 5th spot. They are number 1 in the conference, averaging 44 points a game. You know, we're 3rd in the conference, averaging 41 points a game. Indiana has 42 a game.
3rd and 23. And Bartley is back. Here they come. Steps up. Hit.
He's
going to behind, and down he goes at the 10-yard line.
Daniel Timmons.
Danny Timmons, and he got hit up top, too.
It looked like
it might have been
Roberts.
Ethan Roberts. Now they got Bartley.
They'll split that sack.
And the Planets will have to punt, and that's a big defensive stand by this Highlands defense.
So we're seeing Aaron.
And Mike, we talk about being 3rd in the conference and scoring at 41 points a game, but we're number 1 in 4A on defense, only giving up 4 points a game, and so far here only 7 with 6:49 remaining. Mark Kanzanowicz has done a great job with this defense. Did you call him a genius earlier?
Oh, it's a bad step through his legs for a safety.
Okay, we're even.
He bounced it through Mason Childress, and it went through the 5-hole. Air shortstop, 2 points Highlands.
That's a big 2 points, Mike.
It is. It makes up for the missed extra point. Boy, special teams tonight have left a lot to be desired on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, yep. Something we have to clean up.
That's the 2nd time this year, I think. We've
Did it happen at University of Prep?
Yeah, that we have benefited from a bad punt snap. And the Rams lead it 22-7.
So the Planets will either kick off or punt the ball from the 20.
Mike, you mentioned Freeport earlier. Their game got canceled tonight at Paul Ridge. And Freeport's kind of upset about it, Mike, because they want to get another game in because it's a non-conference game. But Paula Ridge decided to cancel on Thursday. They had teams lined up as early as Wednesday, but Apollo Ridge said they were going to play.
They waited, and then they.
And you have to in those situations. You never know how many players will be available, but Freeport, the game obviously won't be made up just an exhibition. This is their 100th football season up there. Can you believe it, Mike?
At Freeport?
Yep. Guess how many wins they have in those 100 years?
I would say over 600.
563.
563, and Don Early has 500 of those.
And that's the most in the AK Valley, by the way. And now they'll choose to kick off.
Yeah, they could do either. They could punt it if they like. So kick off. The Rams should get great field position here. A game that was 7-7 at halftime. It's been all Highlands here in the second half. Childress kicks it. And there was coming down to Hadacek at the 38. He's at the 50.
Number 28.
Spinning and turning to the Mars 45, the 44-yard line. Garrett Hull was on his back, but the Rams will start this one in Mars territory and have a chance to put this away.
Back into Mars territory. So it'll be first and 10 for the Rams.
Well, Chuck Knoll was the greatest coach ever, in my opinion, and he had a great saying.
What was that?
A safety should always be a 9-point play.
And why would that be?
You score the touchdown after the 2.
There you go.
You get good field position.
Yep. Chance to really salt this one away. Like.
Chuck had a million of them. You don't think Chuck was very, colorful and whatever. He had a million sayings.
And he was a very eclectic guy too.
He was.
A lot of interest.
I met him once and he was great, so that also helps.
Was that on his yacht?
I wish. I didn't get invited there. Timmons going to throw it. It was tipped and it's incomplete. He tried to get it to Burford. Coming in for the Planets was the defensive end Tim Humes, and I think he got a fingernail on it.
You know, Mike, we've run that play a lot in the first 4 games. I think it's time to pump fake that and go deep.
I think it's time to hand it off.
Yeah, that's stop. Yeah, eat some clock up.
But as I'm, extolling the virtues of Chuck Knoll, you can tell that I'm old, and 3 yards in a cloud of dust isn't the worst thing right now.
Especially when we have a guy with 115 yards.
Get that clock moving. 2nd and 10, Highlands at the Mars 44. Bombalski with a headed. No, it's Timmons with the keep.
Boy, look at that stiff arm, Mike.
He did. Looked like he was. He looked like the Heisman Trophy there. Billy Summers and Tim Hughes make the tackle. Timmons gets maybe out back to the line of scrimmage, we'll say.
Mr. Shoemaker said
no gain in a play.
A solar system full of planets on that play.
I get it. I was looking at Jupiter last night. I don't know if that's up there tonight or not.
Somebody said all the planets are named after Greek gods except Earth. Does that make sense?
How about that? 3rd and 10 on the Mars 44. Bombalski. Well, they came with a blitz that time, and he ran right into it. And that was the junior linebacker, Jack Hull, getting Bombalski down after he gained just 1 to the 43.
And it's going to be 4th down.
Might as well have to kick it.
It'll be 4th and 9.
Planets aren't done yet, Mike.
No, they're not.
Once again, a big
so much for that 9 points. Huh?
I was telling people I'm going to Mars today. I said, only in the WPL can you say you're going to Mars and nobody blinks an eye.
Clock winds to 5:10. 4th quarter.
I might just take it all the way down to
I think the Rams are going to call timeout here. As you see Chandler standing next to referee
Cody has a
Kulik
over there, all the way from Ireland. Singleton.
And the Rams do
Nice to have the Irish
call time. And they took as much time as they could off of that clock and wound it down all the way to 4:53. Mars will get it back. Highlands leads at 22-7. It was 7-7 at the break. The Rams scored on their first possession when Signorella, second possession actually, Signorella a 26-yard pass from Timmons. The kick was missed. It was 13-7. And then Signorella late in the 3rd quarter on a 59-yarder from Timmons. Bombalski added the kick. It was 20-7. And then the rolling punt snap went through the legs of the freshman Mason Childress and back through the end zone. I keep wanting to call him Richard Childress, and only NASCAR fans would get that one. So we'll try not to do that.
Mike, one more anniversary of note, okay? 50 years ago,
Next week,
Kiski won
Highlands will be
the
at
WPL
home.
title. They beat Thomas Jefferson 16-8. How many WPL titles has Kiski won?
At least 2. Dick Diltz, right?
Guess what?
Huh?
I was surprised. That was it.
That was it.
I thought they had won more than that.
Yeah.
But back in those days, you had to be undefeated and untied to get an invite.
Diltz was a great coach.
Nice
Here's the
snap that time.
and Bumbolski boots it. And that's going to go out of bounds.
25-yard
So we can work on our punting this week.
No, he hasn't
Fine.
had any practice.
Exactly.
He's tired by now. He kicked it out at the 25.
Let's give him that credit for that.
4:48 to go.
He's rushed for 115 yards.
A lot of time.
He's made 2 tackles here tonight. One was a sack. We're back in the sack business at least.
Good,
Mike.
good.
Throwing a lot more here tonight of the Planets. Now they're going to probably throw some more, I would imagine.
Yeah, Daniel Timmons got a half there. I've got him at 5.5 leading the way, and that was this. Roberts at 1.5, so that's good. So he's on the board with those. Ethan has really given the Rams a lift there, being able to come in and
Senior.
help out. Yeah. First down, Planets at their 25. And Raphael Bartley is back. He looks.
Ooh, we get blocked.
He's hit.
And
He's
down.
sacked at the 19-yard line.
So,
And that is Ethan Roberts.
There he goes. Him and Khalil dropped him for a loss on the play.
So the loss is back to the 18 of 7.
Highlands has done a good job on Chris Dvorak here in the second half, Mike. They just covered him up and putting the pressure on the quarterbacks helped too.
They have. Bartley going to run a pitch. This is right. Oh, great play by Brock White to get his ankle out from under him and drop him to the turf at the 22-yard line.
Bumbolski down there too, Mike.
Right at 36 yards in the first half. He's got
on the stop.
9 yards in the second half.
Third down.
Been a great defensive effort here in the second half, Mike.
Third and 13.
Mars at this point. 3:43 to go.
Bartley to throw it. He looks. He's going to heave it deep down the middle. It's going to be intercepted by Randolph at the 38-yard line. It's Aaron Randolph with his second interception of the year.
He does a great job at free safety, Mike. He plays center field.
Minka Randolph back there.
I like it.
So the Rams
Really, if you
take
watch
over
him,
at
Mike,
the
he just
40-yard line.
gets back there, gets deep. We call it the deepest deep. Get back behind and wait for the ball. And that time, right in his hand.
Although the Steelers aren't doing that with Minka anymore. I saw a thing. He was on the outside of the hash marks on almost 90% of the plays last week, and not in the middle in the back. They were moving him around a lot, and the Bills didn't. I mean, they hadn't seen that before. It was completely different.
Yeah, who's that 7th-round draft pick? Got a lot of play last
Trey
week?
Norwood out of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He missed a tackle, which didn't surprise me because they don't tackle in the Big 12. But other than that, I mean, he played great.
All right, 3:29 to go. Let's just put it on the ground and take this one home.
First down, Highlands on their 40.
Get the 4-0.
And our first win here in 13 years. Bumbolski, head of steam, up to the 45-yard line.
I think this is the case of just wearing them down, Mike.
Tim Humes made the stop. Very much. Tim Humes were really impressed by him, number 6, the defensive end, the senior. Very, very sound tackler. .121 for Luke. 2nd and 5. And the clock winds.
Don't forget, youth night this week. Hampton coming in.
The Hampton Talbots. 2 straight home games. We'll have Hampton and then Plum. 2 big games for Highlands.
Hampton comes in tonight undefeated, Mike. They're playing Armstrong, showing 7-0 at the half.
Bumbolski again. Breaks the first tackle and breaks another. He looks for contact and gets it across the 50 and into Mars territory.
That's what he does, Mike. 7 more on the play.
Luca Moran.
24 tonight for 128.
Luca Moran and Carlos Orr combined to make the tackle, but it's another first down for Highlands at the Mars 48.
Chandler coming over to talk to Dom Girardi. And the Highlands fans across the way, Mike, starting to sense the victory here.
So we're approaching the 2-minute warning.
A terrific second half, too. And I mean, it was a good first half, too. I mean, if you really look at it, they set them up on the front porch after the bad punt snap, and they scored a touchdown of 10-yard drive. And other than that, the Rams have had control of this. Bumbalski again.
And then Bumbalski
He's carrying Dvorak with him this time, down to the 42.
Khalil Long did a good job that time. Him and Chris Dvorak can look each other in the eye. They're both 6'6".
That leads the defensive effort.
2nd and 4.
I've got him now 133 on 25 carries.
Yeah, 25 carries. That's
a lot.
They used to say that about Jim Brown. They said the ball's not heavy. You can give it to me as many times as you want. 1:22 left. Now the Rams are going to march in here and win it. Their first win in Mars since 2008. Their first win against Mars since 2011. They'll be 1-0 in conference play. And things are off to a good start in Ramsland.
There's your timeout, Mike.
Rams are calling time.
I think they want to take the most they could off. 1:04 to go.
1 minute and 4 seconds left in the ball game.
So again, Hampton next week, Plum the following week after that. The rest of the way, it's all conference games. We only have 2 games on the road, as you mentioned. We're going to make a trip to Greensburg. I think Indiana's first.
Indiana
right?
will be first, and then Greensburg is the next to the last game of the year, and then we'll finish up with Knock. I almost said on senior night, sorry. So sorry. But it warmed up again this week, didn't it? Jeez, oh man. And now next week I see it's supposed to cool off. I saw that Thursday.
The end of the week, because my wife has that pool open and she's floating around.
Good for her.
86 degrees.
Thursday, I saw a high of 66.
Well,
but that's a week away. We try not to look that far ahead.
Closed on October 15th, like it or not.
Hey, that's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Most people, my neighbors have theirs closed already. It's shut down. After Memorial Day, they're done. They're traditionalists. Or Labor Day, I'm sorry.
We
Labor
go
Day.
as long as we can. We got the heater, and when the gas bill comes in, I just hand it to her and tell her to pay it. She rang it up.
Mars going to drop to 0-4. When do you think the last time that happened?
Wow, man, gotta get back in the record books there.
2nd down, Highlands at the Mars 43. Low snap, and he gives it to White.
22 carry.
And Brock gets it down to the 35-yard line. He put that in his belly, so we'll call that one a run.
And it's number 34, Luca Moran.
To the 35-yard line, that's 7 more, and another Highlands first down. They're 16th of the night.
Brock, 3 rushes, 20 yards. Mike mentioned the top 5. We only have 1 team in the top 5 in all 6 conferences, and that's Springdale. They're number 3 in 2A. So hopefully Highlands continues and they get a chance.
Hey, we might get up
too.
there, yeah.
Right.
Now, Armstrong had been ranked, correct, but then they went down last week.
Yep, so Hampton jumped in their spot. And at the beginning of the year, they had Mars up there.
Victory formation
That's
at
what
the
like
MAC.
to see.
Timmons takes a knee, and this one belongs to the Rams. They come into Mars and score 15 unanswered points in the second half, and they beat the Planets 22-7. Dean, final thoughts.
Well, Mike, we came in at the pregame and said 1 team was 3-0, 1 team was 0-3, but the opponents were supposed to be weaker for us. You have to prove it on the field. I think we did it here tonight. We're on our way, bringing Hampton to the Golden Ram Stadium this Friday night.
Yes, be there, 7 o'clock, and we'll see you then. Thanks to everybody here at Mars. Thanks to Scott Heinauer for helping us out. Ken Shoemaker, of course, downstairs. Thanks to Andy Bednar. It was nice meeting him. Once again, that final score. Highlands 22 and the Mars Planets 7. For the Dean, Mike Choma. You can't win them all.
Till you win the first 4.
This is Mike Pavlik. So long, everybody.